Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be just my kind of, I don't want to say top 5 because I really haven't figured out 5, but my characters I hope to see in James Gunn DCU. Number 1, Nightwing. Anyone who knows me will tell you how big of a fan I am of Nightwing. I really love the Dick Grayson character, and I really love his transition into Nightwing. It's always been something that's been really cool to me. It's something that I've always loved. And one of my favorite Batman comics of all time is when he became Batman. So I really hope that we get to see that one day too. After 10 years, we see Dick take on the mantle. So Nightwing, which can also lead to Titans, Batgirl, and all those kind of Bat family characters. Another character would be Green Arrow. Now, Green Arrow has been referenced on the big screen. If anyone's seen Peacemaker, there's an episode where they talk about Green Arrow, so Green Arrow does exist. And James Gunn is actually a huge fan of Green Arrow. He's talked about being a really big fan of that character specifically, so I have a feeling he will bring him into the big screen. So I feel like he's a definite yes, that we will see him, which also means Black Canary. It's like the Bat and the Cat. You can't have a Catwoman film without Batman, or a Batman in the universe, and the same thing goes with Black Canary and Green Arrow. One of the most popular couples in the DC universe. So Black Canary is a given when you think Green Arrow. I don't know who else. Jason Todd. I'm not that big of a fan of the Red Hood character, but I really do like his story. I think his story is something that I think if done, it can be done on film, and I think it's something that it'd be a very emotional story. I would really love to see that Under the Red Hood film, not film, but comic adapted onto film. They made an animated version of that film, Batman and the Red Hood, with Jensen Ackles, who is now, Batman, who is now the voice of Batman. He was the voice of Jason Todd in that film. So to see him, he was amazing in that film. So I would really love to see that film adapted into live action, which would be amazing. And honestly, I can't think of anyone else that I would really love to see. I've always been a big fan of Green Arrow, Nightwing, and Batman. And from what I've read by James Gunn, so is he. So it's kind of cool to know that James and I have similar tastes in DC characters. So for me personally, Green Arrow, Nightwing, Red Hood. And the reason why is because, one, with Green Arrow, it's most people see him as another version of Batman because he's a billionaire who's a vigilante. But I think something that's very different is that Batman, he uses fear. He uses the darkness, and he's very scary. Green Arrow isn't like that. Green Arrow is a much more lighthearted. He likes to talk a lot. He likes to joke a lot. He's a very talkative hero. And I know what some of you are thinking. Well, on the show Arrow, that he was very Batman-like. Well, that was because that was specifically for the show. The show, and I don't know why, they purposefully made him a little bit more Batman-like, which some people liked, some people didn't. Me personally, I was like a 50-50 on it. But traditionally, Green Arrow in the comics and in animation and most everything, he's a much more funny, he likes to joke around, talks a lot type of character. But I think it would be really interesting to have him on the big screen, because it's like, you've got two billionaire vigilantes. You've got one who is scary, he uses fear, and you got the other one who's a little bit more lighthearted. He likes to joke a lot, he's funny, and I think seeing that kind of comparison happening on screen would be really cool. Nightwing and Red Hood, I've always loved, Bruce as a father, and something that I've always wanted to see on screen was Batman and Nightwing together, or Batman and Red Hood, or together Batman and Tim Drake together, because their father-son dynamic is such a beautiful thing to watch. And I think especially to see that brought on screen, I think it will definitely bring a lot of people back. It will not back, but bring a lot of people to go see that film, especially fathers and sons, because at that point the film is really less of a superhero Batman film, becomes more of a father and his son type film. So I think having that type of dynamic on screen will definitely bring a lot more people into watching that film. And whether it's Jason, whether it's Dick, whether it's Damien, whether it's Tim, whoever it is, it will have that dynamic. And I think that will really bring a lot more people to, watch that film. So yeah, for me, that's my list. Green Arrow, Nightwing, and Red Hood. Those are my top three. Oh, and well, okay, there's one more, but that one was a little bit biased, and I'm not gonna say it, in case it does happen one day. But yeah, I've got one more, and if you know me, you probably know who I'm talking about. It's another Batman related character, but I'm not gonna say it. But for those of you who know me, you probably know who I'm talking about. But yeah, Green Arrow, Nightwing, and Red Hood. So that's it for today. I will be doing a Suicide Squad discussion at some point. When I get the time. The pre-order just came out. You can pre-order the game. It's kind of trailer discussion type of game, so I'm kind of going to talk about it and give you guys my thoughts. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, have a nice one, guys. And if you are in the States, happy Thanksgiving. Because you guys, there's probably not going to be another video out until next weekend for me. So by that time, Thanksgiving would have passed. So to my people in the States, happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, have a nice one, guys.